Dr. Fab, CEO and founder of Upscale Love for You, Tantalizing Talk Thursday. And first, let me say, I'm thanking God to still be able to have lights and internet to be on this evening because the weather's a little crazy in my area. I have not had a chance to check on Special K or Action Jackson because I know Action Jackson area was getting it hit harder than where I am. So I'm praying that everything is well with the both of them. And we're going to go ahead and get started this evening. The topic for tonight is interracial dating and relationships. Now, I don't have much on that subject because I haven't tried the vanilla swirl. It could be an option, it might be an option, but for right now, I got some keep the chocolate fire moving on and moving on. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Lady T to introduce herself, and then we'll drop down to Special K, and we'll leave the best for last. That's DFG, Dr. Feelgood. So, Lady T, are you available?
Yes, I am, Dr. Fab, and let me tell you, this is my favorite topic. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who was able to come on tonight, and that please check in with your family to ensure everyone is okay with this hurricane. Now, I can say this is going to be fun. And I'm excited. And I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on. I'm passing it back over to you, Dr. Fab.
All right. Well, social media diva, can you introduce yourself?
I sure can. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I am one of your co-hosts, Social Media Diva, aka Announcement Diva. So here are some of the announcements as followed. I want everyone to stay safe. If you are in affected area by the hurricane, I hope that you all have coverage and check out to your family members. Also, we do have an upcoming event next month, the Upscale Love Costume Party. We are asking everyone to dress up in costumes or fall colors. We will be streaming live at one of the Halloween events in Pooler at the time. And for the social media part, please follow us and like us at Upscale Love for You page. And if you have any thoughts or ideas for our next upcoming show, feel free to email us at upscaleloveforyou@gmail.com. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Well, with that being said, we're waiting for Dr. Feelgood.
Ladies and gents, this is Dr. Feelgood, the man that makes it real good, trying to bring it to you like I should. I'm the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. Coming to you live from the 571, where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. Come on, get ready for this show because we're ready to go. Whoever's down with the swirl, I ain't got no problem with your girl or man. I ain't got a problem with your dad. So I'm passing it back to Dr. Fab so I can do my thing.
All right. So, with that being said, let me just give some household rules. All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participant opinions are based upon information that they consider from their own knowledge, and no expressions or accuracies is related to Upscale Love for You. And also, we're thrilled for you to be here. However, we kindly request that all guests refrain from recording or live streaming any part of the podcast on social media platforms without prior consent from Upscale Love for You management. So, we're going to go ahead and get the show on the road. Welcome, welcome, everyone. As I stated, I got to do a little checking on Action Jackson and Special K. And you know what? I forgot about our old Douglas. That's Douglas area also. So I'm gonna check on Douglas, Action Jackson, um, Special K, and Sandy. Let me check on them right quick, and I'm going to send it over to Dr. Feelgood for a quick minute. If you can entertain the guests for a quick minute, Dr. Fabulous will be back shortly. Give me about 2 minutes.
All right, then. All right, then. All right, then. Ladies and gents, you know who this is. You know my steeds. You know how I get down. Now, I do accept Cash App. If y'all want to tip a brother, and I'll bust it open for you. But this week is going to be a pretty interesting topic. I don't know. Can you give a show of hand, a thumbs up if you've actually did the if you did the poll coming in? If not, we got a little poll to give us a little context to the show. The third question is just a general question, and that's going to talk about what I'm going to talk about. Okay, I got one thumb up. Oh, two thumbs up. Okay, I got it. But what I'm trying to do is just get a feel for everybody who's actually been in one, who's actually considering one, or who's actually has a family member or a friend who has one. And we're just trying to make sure that everybody's represented. There's no hate in Upscale Love for You. We're primarily a Black audience, but love comes in all colors, shapes, and sizes, and genders. So I'm not trying to exclude anybody. So I know some of us that are ardent, she or he got to be Black, and some people are a little more diverse. In my past, I have not gonna say dated other races, but I've had relations when I was a young man before I was married. I kind of and I went to an HBCU, so I had the whole gamut. But we were down the block from a PWI, the University of South Carolina, so there were plenty of snow bunny honeys, and you was and your boy had to get a couple of them things, but they weren't to keep; they were to play. First thing is, Lady T, are you ready to bring up your topic?
Of course, Dr. Feelgood.
Let us get it started then.
Okay, so my topic tonight, those of you who have had relations with someone of another culture or race, that I would say Hispanic, Caucasian, German, Russian, do you feel like they treat you with more respect than the African American culture? Anyone?
Hey, I got. Let me start that off, Lady T. I'm going to tell you, a person's a person. People gonna treat you crappy no matter what color, shape, size, or if they're a crappy person, they're gonna treat you crappy. If they're a good person, they're gonna treat you good. I mean, and it doesn't have to be in relationships. It's just how you relate. You meet idiots of all spaces and types, but it's not a generality. Some of them might fetishize you being melanated, but for the most part, if they're a decent person, you're gonna deal with them like a decent person. I think Solana has her hand up.
Who has their hand up? I can't see the screen.
Solana D has her hand up. Go ahead, Solana.
Okay, so I was actually I put in the comments I was somewhat in one because there was a Caucasian guy that I was talking to and he wanted to go out, but it was just I had never experienced an interracial relationship, and my preference at the time was African American males. So it was kind of hard for me to really at that time talk to someone, but now I'm more, I would say, more mature, and I would definitely consider like the person now. As to back then I just had not experienced that, so it just never took off.
Well, kudos to you. I'm telling you, go for it. You will enjoy it. like everything, you have to go through the little screening red tape process because you do not want to get someone who does not appreciate the African American culture. But I have dated. I'm in Florida, so it's the melting pot. And with all the little dating relationships that took place, I can honestly say the ones that I attracted, they really treated you like a rare diamond. So I can get you. That's right. Don't hate, Mr. Dick. That's right. When they take you out in public, the respect that they show you, the love that they give you, they're not embarrassed. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. When they take you out on the dates, it's like a form of respect that they cater to you. They make you feel like you're the only one in the room, the only one in the world. So, with that being said, I can take some comments and I can take some questions.
Okay, well, since I have my hand up, I'll jump in.
Go ahead.
You date who you want to date, but for me, I'll stick to my own. So I think if we have gotten to a point where we expect our own kind to be difficult. So when we go outside of that, we don't have that same expectations of the others, and they're just regular people, and you accept it and you hold it in a greater esteem, like, oh, they did this for me or that. But if you take the time to get with the brother, the same thing can happen. But y'all do what y'all.
Douglas, I beg to differ. Okay, first and
Of course you
foremost,
would. Of course you would.
let me explain, but I have supporting details. I'm not going to say I beg to differ and do not give the supporting details.
I'm not trying to get into a debate. You said what you said. I said what I said. Come on, Brother Anson.
But I'm bringing you a different perspective with supporting details.
It's somebody else's turn now. Anson, come on.
I'm just laughing because Lady T is confirming what I already knew from when I was a young buck. But thank you for the confirmation.
All right. Well, Dr.
What was that,
Fabulous is
Anson?
in the house
I have something
now.
to say. I have something to say, but I'm gonna wait. I'm Sandy.
Okay,
by
give
the
me
way.
2
Wait,
seconds,
Sandy,
Sandy.
raise
You know
your
I
hand,
love you.
please.
Yes, Miss D's hand is up. Go ahead. You all, I'm proud to say that Douglas is fine, Sandy is fine, and Action J is fine. So the weather is not keeping us down too much. I wasn't able to get in contact with Special K, so hopefully she's fine also. Okay, so go ahead, Miss D.
Wait, Dr. Fab. I was waiting for Anson's response.
Oh no, he said he was just saying that from a young lad, you confirmed what he was thinking. He never said what he was thinking, though. Isn't that what you just said?
Yes, it is, and I'm laughing because it's still funny to me.
Well,
okay.
what are we confirming?
Well, you just confirmed what I already knew from when I was a little kid trying to get used to hollering at young ladies, you know what I mean? And then you already know down here in Miami with the Latin boys, how they always want to try to move in on the sisters. And one of their employees has always, as far as I've known, to been always treat her like a queen, treat her like a queen, treat her like a queen, and they be just as dirty and just as foul as what you think you would get with a brother.
Oh, well, I have not experienced that, but okay. Okay, go ahead, Miss D.
Yeah, I didn't want to give the fellas the impression that I don't date like black men, because I do, but I just am opening myself to not be just exclusively out there just saying, hey, I'm gonna date a black man. I love my black man, but I'm just opening myself up to more diverse people, I guess, and just not being in that pool because in my experience, I haven't had much luck because the guys that I met have been like old school games, and I just don't have time for that because my time is valuable. So that's just where I'm at. But I do date black men. I just didn't want to give that impression that I'm going out looking for a white man or a Mexican or whatever.
Totally
Okay.
understood.
Can I say something?
You may go right ahead, Sandy.
Let me say something. I want to
Sit up,
say this.
sit up so we can see your head, Sandy.
All right, let me sit up. Oh. Hey, y'all.
Hello, hello.
Yes, I'm going to say this. May the best man win.
Right.
May the best man
Period.
win. A period. Okay. It's about character. Ain't about no damn skin color. It's about character, who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and energy. That energy, you can't fake energy, but it's about who he is as a person, not his color, not his religion. Not he could play the fucking a munchie cheat, but if that man loves me and he treats me right, Connie munchie cheat it is. I'm praying to my God and hopefully get my God in there. We can do that and we can roll. May the best man win. Period.
Okay. Now I have a question for you because the young lady, no, it's not a question. Over in the chat, someone said that the African American woman understands the African American male struggle. Well, in this day and time, everybody's struggling. But
She said
if
black.
you're if you're saying if you're saying that if you're saying that people understand each other's culture, I just want to say this. I've never dated out of my race. However, you could be with a person for some time and still not understand their struggle because some people are not going to allow you the opportunity to get
No one.
deep enough into them to know their struggle. I'm talking to the young lady that put it in the chat, but if you say you understand the black man's struggle, man, it's a struggle for everyone.
Everybody.
Rich advice, you said something in the text over in the chat, but I could not see it. Rich advice, you got your hand up, and Anson, you got your hand up. So we'll come to Anson after Rich advice. Go ahead, Rich
Mm.
advice.
Oh no, what I said for the chat, I was like, she said black, not African American. There's a
Black,
difference.
African American, whatever name you
But,
want to call it, Bo Peep,
but
Pekingese,
what
whatever you want to call it. I'm saying it's the same thing.
what I noticing now, I don't know if women are playing or whatever, that as you the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And what's on social media now, there's a lot of black women stating, my bills are your bills. You gotta cash out me $500 to take me out. If I call you up and I'm saying, I'm at the nail salon, and if you don't cash out me $200, then we're not going out.
We're
Or
not even going that direction,
or one
rich advice,
one
because
one
every
lady,
woman is not in men pockets, first and foremost,
can I
because
finish? Can I
in this
finish?
day and time, I'm gonna let you get back in here, but I got to
But
rectify
you
the
interrupted me.
situation. In this day and time, most
Oh,
women
Jesus.
are capable of paying for their own fingernails. Because if
But
that's the only thing a man had
you
to do,
interrupted
pay
my
for my
flow.
fingernails, that's a little, but anywho, go ahead, Douglas. I just had to
But
tell you. Now, a
you
woman not
interrupted my
looking for a man
flow.
to pay for no fingernails.
You interrupted my flow of personal opinions. Let the other person finish.
Go ahead.
Because what I'm saying is, that's actually putting up a barrier for a black man to date black women with all the stuff that's going on out here in their entitlement for things they should be taken care of as an
So who
adult,
are you saying
doing
is
adulting things.
entitled?
So you know, black women are putting up barriers with this nonsense. I may have to start looking over the fence, but I want to stay in my own backyard. So that's it.
Douglas, if you in your backyard and your backyard person sending you a text message to pay for her fingernails, you might want to kick her out the pen. But okay, go
Gold
ahead,
digger.
Anson.
That's a gold digger. Jamie Foxx said it all day long.
Are y'all ready
Gold
for me?
No, Kanye West. Okay,
digger.
Kanye West. Thank you.
Go ahead, Anson.
So bringing it back to the original point that was brought up, the comment in the that was in the chat, is that to respond in response to that, I would say the same thing I said before. There is no intrinsic way that any woman that is not a black woman will know what it's like to be black. That's all that comment means. Everything else, y'all went all around the world and back again. But it's all it is about is that, yeah, you can date someone that's not black, but they can't wake up knowing what it's like to be black.
Okay,
That's just
can I say this? Let me say this. And back to being the person. We have people that go to school. They go to school to study law. They go to school to study to be a doctor. They go to school. So when I say about the character, we have many doctors of many nationalities, many races, right? We trust them with our bodies. Do we trust them to give us pap smears, to do heart surgery? And these are people that are not necessarily of our race, right? So of these educated people, as we all are, it's the character of the person. So if this person, man or woman, is truly, committed to being with you, to learning you, to writing whatever life obstacles has for you, ups, downs, goods, bad, whatever. I'm committed to you. No matter what their race is, they show you that. They have proven that I am committed to see this through with you and us. That means more than any goddamn race.
Well, all right, Sandy. You preaching tonight. So I don't know whose hand was up next. Was it Summer or was it Lady T? But I'm gonna let Summer go first before you, Lady T. Go ahead, Summer.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. First off, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. I really, really appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
All right. You're
I just
always welcome.
uh,
Always.
thank you, thank you. I guess I can only speak off of life experience. And for me, I am a Black woman. I've been married to my husband for over 20 plus years. He is a Black man. I have a Black son who is 24 years old that I worry about every single time he walks out of the door. I'm not going to sit here and lie when I tell you that I do worry about who he brings home only because I want whoever he ends up with, I would like for them to understand what he goes through on a day to day, how he is looked at as a man on a day to day. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I have a 16-year-old daughter who just started dating. She is dating a boy who is Vietnamese, a wonderful person. They're both in the honor student, both honor students. Very nice guy. This is new. We have not met him yet. We're not opposed to it. We have not shunned it. We're very welcoming to the to this gentleman, and we will continue to do so. However, I can only speak on life experience. What the gentleman said earlier, I'm just going to piggyback. I'm sorry, let me shut my door because my dogs is howling.
And when you come back, Summer, I want to just stop you mid-point. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay.
But my
Okay.
question to you is, as a African American mom, black, zebra
Yeah.
stripe, whatever color, because sometimes rich advice try to get real technical. But my question to you is, you said that you are kind of leery, or you're not sure about your son and who he brings home because you want that person to understand his day-to-day struggles. Does it make it okay for your daughter to date out of race but not your son? I'm just wondering, I'm just asking.
Right, right. And that is a good point. So if, let's say, if my son dated outside of his race,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm not going to lie to you and say I wouldn't have a problem with it, only because, again, and I am only speaking out of life experience. Okay, my brother he's in the process of a divorce. He married a white woman, and it did not work out. And from what I've seen from that is that it was a lot of cultural differences. And I say that to mean even through her upbringing, very cold. We're a feeling, and I'm not going to say all of us, but a lot of us, we're very nurturing, we're very loving, we are a spirited people. And when he got with her, she did not reciprocate. She did not bring that to the table, and that my brother missed that through his upbringing. You see what I'm saying? And so that was not matched when he got married. So I'm not saying all people are like this, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying in my personal experience, it was a coldness there that we growing up were not used to. Our mother's very nurturing and loving, hugs, lots of love, and home cooked meals and things of that nature. So when you marry someone and you get a false uh, perception of that person, and when you get married to them and then they turned out cold and just we're not used to that. So I think that did a number on him as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna say I'm the devil's advocate this evening, but let me say this to you. I understand your point about what you're saying about her as a white woman. Now, I'm an African American person, and dating an African American male or whatever would be okay, fine. But then you get people that have different cultures, and this was the biggest turnoff to me, Summer. I had never heard this in all the days of my life. I know, and not being back braggadocious or anything, I feel that I'm a pretty attractive woman, a plus size diva with it all going together, hand in hand. And this person said, with my husband is deceased, and he would always tell me how beautiful I was, how good I smelled. He just admirations, admirations. So I'm kind of sort of that woman that is used to that. Well, I went out on a date a couple of times with this individual. No, I look good. No, I smell good. And he never said one time that I was beautiful or gave me any type of admiration. Summer, a black man, but he was a Haitian black man. And he said that in his culture, they were not, how can I say, very affectionate. They did not tell their women that they were beautiful, because if you walked with him, you automatically knew that you were beautiful, because he would not have an arm piece. Now, get it now. He would not have an arm piece that was not attractive. So that was the biggest turnoff for me that I felt like I had been slapped in the face. Instead of getting a compliment, he's telling me because of who he is, I know I have to be already beautiful and able to walk with him. So I'm not going to say it's just Caucasian people that doesn't have emotions, because depending on individuals' cultures, that can be a thing as well, because per quote unquote his culture, that wasn't something that they did by nature. Now I'm gonna take Lady T's hand because she's married to an international lover. So I want her to explain to me, maybe that Haitian was totally different from the Haitian that she's married to. Are you available, Lady T, to come on and give me some interjection to what I just said?
Yes, they are a little distant and can be arrogant. I think it's their upbringing. They do have a loving side to them, and it's like you supposed to automatically know that you're with me, you know, you're the queen. Because it's two things, either they have a wife or they have a servant. And if they treat you like the wife and appreciate you like the wife, then you're the wife. And then in some cases in the Haitian culture, the Haitian men marry to have a servant, really. They don't take you anywhere, they don't do anything. They just want you to cook, clean, and cater to them. So
Did you
um
say married to have a servant?
yes, that's a phrase,
Oh,
because when they marry you, they love you. But some Haitians will have a wife. I mean, really treat you like a wife, right? But then you have other Haitians that will marry and treat you more like a servant, like make sure you have my food ready, cater to them. It's their culture. That's why when you're in the dating process, you have to understand that person's culture, because and then too, not only that, when you're dealing with, it could be Jamaican, Haitian, Asian, whatever, Chinese, whatever. It's just you have that one factor, and then you have the other factor, which I was gonna ask in Summer, childhood trauma. Maybe, growing up in the process, something happened to where they created a wall, and through that they went in and started dating, but didn't realize that they were bringing in the trauma with them. Does that answer your question?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I just think sometimes it's just better to, and pardon me for saying this, I think it's just, instead of the Haitian man, it's just better to go with good old fashioned Leroy, who's used to the barbecues, who's used to the loud playing spades, who's used to, the block parties, and is comfortable in those environments that you were used to. And so when you bring him around, it's like he's been there, so every to each his own. Everybody's different, they're going to go through different experiences.
I can't find my hand raising thing. I don't know. I'm cooking, and
Oh,
and if you give me a chance to speak, I would love to speak, but I'm waiting my turn.
oh, you're muted.
I'm muted. Let's see.
She's muted.
Oh,
Oh, goodness.
Dr. Fabulous. Well, that's good. She's muted. We like when you talk like that.
shut up, rich advice. Sandy, I am so sorry. But I'm gonna let you get some. Summer, I wanted to say I had a special guest that was supposed to come on this evening, but she got a migraine headache and she couldn't come on. But she gave me permission to tell her story. She was actually married to a white man for 24 years. They got 3 beautiful biracial children, but they recently got a divorce. And she said that they're, till this day, they're still good friends. They're just no longer married. And she said, you said take Tyrone to Leroy to the barbecue. She said she would take him to the barbecues and everything. And Dr. Feelgood might remember this young lady because she came on our show way back when we got started, about 2 years ago, and she was on that show with her white husband at the time. And she said that he would look so strange when they was playing spades and they drop a call and say, I got you, the N word, and say, but he would fit in, but he wouldn't say anything. But when they left the barbecue, she had to explain to him that was just their vernacular that they used when they were playing cards and everything. And I really wanted her to be here because since her divorce from him, she's now dating a Black man. And I wanted to ask her so bad, is there a big difference between the two? Because she would always use this phrase, a man is a man, regardless if he's white, Black, Japanese, or whatever. So that was what I wanted to say to you, Sandy, when you say take you a Tyrone to the family reunions. Did I lose Sandy? Because I don't see Sandy no more.
I'm right here.
Oh, no, not Sandy. Summer. Where's Summer? Yeah. Oh, I see her. Okay, Summer.
I'm here.
Okay, so Sandy, go ahead and say what you got to say, and then we're gonna jump up there to answer.
Okay, again, it's about the character. I mentioned the doctors and stuff like. It's about the character of the person. So there's a TikTok trend. It's like we're gonna bring Mark to the barbecue. It's about their character. I have 2 sons. One's 29 today. My youngest is 22. He'll be 23 in November. My youngest has type 1 diabetes. He's dated nothing but Black girls. His girlfriend in high school turned 16, he couldn't make it to her birthday because he was having an episode with his diabetes. Instead of checking in on him, and he was really trying to make it. I was watching him iron his clothes, but his blood sugar was all over the place. He was feeling just not right. So he ended up staying home. That girl didn't check up on his health. That mother called and if I knew she had called my son and cussed him out for not showing up. It's not about the race. It's about that person's character and how committed they are and trying to be a part of your life and trying to understand. You meet a person and you guys connect and you see how invested they are in getting to know you and to learn you. That should trump whatever damn color they are. That is beautiful. And I used to be that kind of like, okay, I want my sons to only, date and marry, Black women. But now I'm like, because I'm not here forever. I'm going to die. And I want to die, the natural process is my old age. But I want that woman that says she loves my son to truly love my son. I don't give a damn about her race. I want you to truly love my sons and protect his heart, protect, and I know that he's going to protect them. I don't give a damn about your color. I just want you to truly love and respect my sons.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you, Sandy. Anson, you got your hand up, and then I'm gonna come back over to Summer.
Yes, I want to say that I completely 100% agree with everything Sandy has said today. She has been right on point with every word. But
Well, all right.
what I would like to say to after that is, after listening to you all just now, the problem isn't race. That's not the problem. The problem is stereotyping. Because that Leroy that you all were talking about, I know 1,000 Leroys, and 1,000 Leroys are nothing like what you all described. So
Well, I ain't never had a Leroy.
oh my
I
God.
keep it simple. I keep it simple.
The fact of the matter is that no matter if they're black or any other race, just like Sandy said, it's all about the person. The problem is stereotyping. So if you want to say a white person is like this and a black person is like that, that's called stereotyping. So if you go out and dating and you're looking for someone to be compatible to you, if you want to stereotype like that, then you stereotype like that. That's up to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Anson. Summer, are you available and ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Summer, give us what you got, because we
Just
waiting
want
for it.
I just want to agree with the both of them. That it is about the person's character. It is about the person. And I agree with making real connections when she said that I just want somebody to love my son, because in a perfect world, that is what it's about. Okay. I just want to put that out there. And I want to say for the decent, and this is for the decent, because we all know that every race has its ups and its downs. But for the decent, and this is just me, for the decent Black man out there. And again, it goes down to preference, and I'm not going to stereotype, because we can like Anson said, we can go up, we can go down for every race. But what I am, this is just me, and I'm just speaking again, my life experience and me. I married a Jerome. Okay.
Not the Jerome.
Okay. My husband is Jerome, and he's from Philly, Philly. Okay.
Right.
And what I could tell you about Jerome is that he is comfortable in every environment. I don't have to worry about pulling him to the side and explaining to him why this person did this. He can come to my job. We can, he can go up to the top with the big wigs, the city officials, and shake hands, and we can talk and laugh and carry on a conversation about politics. And then we can go down to the go-go club, and we can get down and be comfortable in that environment as well. The only thing that I'm trying to make a point is that I'm comfortable with my man, because he's like me, and I don't have to explain, I don't have to pull him to the side and explain to him why this man said, yo, that nigga, da 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 da. He's just, pardon me for that, but he's, with the latest jargon and the things that we hear today. And I don't have to worry about him in certain, environments. He's comfortable. He's a man. And so I've been very fortunate and blessed to be with Jerome.
And girl, you keep saying
Okay.
Jerome. I want to say call Tyrone,
Okay.
but you said Jerome. I was feeling it, because I was like, is that the song by Erykah Badu? I say, no, girl, that's Tyrone, not Jerome.
Okay.
But okay, I got you.
Okay, but I just say all that to say that I've just been blessed to be comfortable with a partner that can go into every space that I can go into, and we can go into that and share each experience together on a common and synced page. And that's all I'm trying to say.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Summer. Because you know what? Everybody that might have a Jerome, Tyrone, Leroy, Billy. No, Billy might be a closer look, but you know what I'm talking about. What's it? Jaheem. Jaheem. Some of us looking for a Jaheem. But anyway, I wanted to say I thank you so much for that, Sandy, Anson, Summer. You all, it's all about how they treat you and love you. Because listen, they can be any color, but if they don't treat you right, that's not the right one for you. Okay. So with that being said, Action J, are you available and ready? Because he's an island man, and they always say that those Dexters from the island, from Jamaica, supposed to be true lover man. So, Action J, are you ready to give
I'm
us
re-
the spiel?
I'm ready. I've
All
never.
right, well, bring it on home. We're ready for you.
Yeah. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Me personally, I've never dated outside my race. I always dated black women because my parents kind of instilled in me from island to date within your culture, and if you bring out someone outside your race, home is like a disappointment. As a kid growing up, so always go ahead, Dr. Fab. I'm going to say something.
I was getting ready to say, now you say in your culture. But you know what? I'm gonna say this, don't kill me now. And I know these Jamaican women, if any on the panel or whatever, I never understood the concept because a lot of the island women, when they are of darker complexion, they will bleach their skin to
Correct.
be so fair as if they want to have the skin. Now I can say, God bless me, I'm a pecan tan kind of girl. So, I'm in there whether I'm considered pecan light or pecan tan, however you want to say it. But I found that a lot of island women, they will bleach their skin so, and then their hands and their neck or whatever is dark. And I can't understand, if you're comfortable in your skin, why are you doing that? Do you?
The the reason
I'm
why
not
they do that,
understanding that.
the reason why is also an African culture too. So basically, like opportunity, the lighter your skin art is more opportunity they get. So back in days, if you're a light skin, it's like a house nigga and a field nigga. So kind of the same concept. So in the job industry back in days, if you're lighter, you get a better chance of more opportunities, and you can find someone who would accept you for who you are. Make sense? So that's the
Okay.
reason why they do. So they kind of bleach their skin. Even like there's a famous artist named Vibes Cartel. He was dark, so now when he bleaches his skin, he felt he's more accepted by society. And we do the same thing here in America. That's why we wear makeup and certain things to be accepted. That's the reason why a lot of times the dark skinned sister feel like the lightest skinned sister get more opportunity, like Beyonce versus Kelly Rowland, prime example. So it happens in the black community.
Well, I'm not gonna be the devil's advocate, because I was gonna say Beyonce versus Kelly Rowland is all an opportunity now. And today was that moment for me when I listened to this thing by, I know I get all off subject, but Kelly Rowland is just as talented
Correct.
as Beyonce, but because Beyonce had the backing of certain people, that's the reason why she made forth more or became larger than Kelly Rowland. I'm not going to say it was because she was more talented or the color of their skin, because they're both beautiful women. So I think it's just, when I will say that maybe Beyonce worked a little harder at her craft to get to where
Oh my
she was going.
goodness. I I hate
Somebody
the way
out
we
there,
compare each other's. I really do hate that. Kelly Rowland is beautiful. And I
yes.
know she right now, she is glad she's married to the man she has. Because Jay-Z, he attached to Diddy. They about to go through a lot of hell right now. We have to stop comparing our life journey to somebody else. God has a path for us, and that path is for us. Own that path, ride that path, not comparing beauty to other, because we're all beautiful. I promise you, we're all beautiful.
Correct.
I'm telling you, it's a character
No,
of
not
that
really.
person. It's the character. And Martin Luther King tried to say this to you, and motherfuckers don't listen. It's a character and the content of that person. Fuck the color.
All right, now she giving it to you all tonight. If we are on the rated R spectrum, we're there. But okay, Andrine, you got your hand up.
I'll comment on everything in a nutshell. I don't disagree with anyone saying about character, but living in America as a darker skinned Black woman, it's with the interracial dating part, I am not necessarily open to dating someone white because I just feel like It's something about understanding me and my blackness and my experience. And I am not, and I don't knock anyone. I say love who you love, date who you want to date. But personally for me, I don't see me being able to bond and really connect with someone that can't share my experience of being black. And I mean, no matter what that person is, of course, to treat them right, and I hear you, but color matters to me. And that's just my personal preference. And I don't have an issue with anyone that feels a different way.
Mhm. But you know what, Andreen, see the same thing you're saying. I think that when it comes down to a relationship, regardless of color, because when it comes down to an African American woman, see, I can be Susie one day, I can be Alicia one day, because you know I love to wear my beautiful Judy's. I got a wig for every day of the week, but I'm really natural in in life. Because if I could take that wig off and sling it over there on the dresser, and Akeem still like it, or Julio likes it, then they like who I am as a person, not because, I'm black or they're a different race. I think that when you're dealing with someone, they're going to love you for who you are,
Correct.
regardless. Okay.
And
So
that should be the
I have a
only
question for
thing.
Andreen, right? So
Mhm.
Andreen, so my question is, what's the problem of dating outside your race when you're looking for love? So are you looking for love or are you looking for color?
I'm looking for both, but I have a preference for color. And there's nothing wrong with that preference. That's just like my personal bias. I have not rendered outside my race because I choose not to do so. It's not something I prefer. That's just me preferring Pepsi as opposed to Coke. That's just me. And I feel like within my race, I can find what I need. And if I don't, I'm going to continue on the journey until maybe I do. So I don't think there's necessarily an issue with that. I don't think there should be. I feel like for my daughters, love who you love. I'm not conditioning them either way. I'm going to be open and welcoming to Daryl just like I would be to Johnny, as long as they're treating you right, as you just said. But that's my personal preference.
Also, one last
Does
question, Andreen,
Andreen?
right? I
I
think,
may the best man win. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
I mean,
that's right, Sandy, right? But I think the reason why
I,
you feel the way you feel, Andreen, because we're both Jamaican, right? So I think a lot of it has to do with culture. So maybe growing up as in the Caribbean, your parents kind of, I won't say brainwash you. They weren't open to dating outside your race, but now you're in America.
maybe in my culture and in my genial, whatever white man dropped me on my shores, I decided that's not for me. I don't know where it goes, but I know that's how I feel right now. Not to say
Okay.
by
But you
chance.
know what?
Mhm.
I I hear you, Andreen, and I hear you, Action J, but you got Ravon Jackson up there tonight, so I'm gonna call you Ravon. So check this out now. I feel like Jamaica is a melting pot also, because you have Jamaican Chinese, you have Jamaican, it's a
Yep.
whole mixture there. So to say that in your culture, it's
Mhm.
a culture shock for you to marry outside of the race. It's plenty, because I know, oh my God, I've met plenty of Jamaican men that they look
Asian.
halfway white, and it's because
Mhm.
their mom is Chinese, or something like that. But okay, I got you. You have any other questions for anyone else? Ravon, where you at? Oh, I don't even see you on the board. What happened?
I
I'm at,
changed it to Action J.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
well,
See,
Papa
I'm just
Doc
here
and
looking.
yeah, Papa Doc and Rich advice had a question. So
Okay, Papa Doc, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I have my hand up. So I was looking at the interracial relationship question. So I'm going to say this: it's me and you, Dr. Fab. I think we've had this conversation before. Geographically, where you grew up at, how you was raised around, other people that's not your color. So I always say I'm from the North and we were raised different than some of the people down South. What most of your parents, for the ones of you who live down South, they had bad interactions with, Caucasian people or people of other culture back in the day. So they kind of instilled it into you as a child that you don't trust this particular person, or you don't want to do nothing with this color person. Well, where I was raised and where I grew up at, we didn't have it like that. So and for some of y'all who don't know, my mother is Haitian, so she came from Haiti, and I was raised here in the United States my whole life. And when she came as a kid, I played a lot of sports growing up and travel teams. So half of my team was of a different color. And I learned to mingle with them. Some of my best teammates were white, Caucasian, or whatever. So I've never had anything against them. My whole life, I've had relationship with other people of culture. And as I've gotten older, I dated some women that was of another culture, white, whether she's from the Caribbean or whatnot, just another culture. So I tend to think that sometimes if you grew up with that bad taste in your mouth of having a relationship with someone from another race, as you get older, you continue to have that. Well, for me, it was the opposite, because some of my teammates, we hung out. I remember as a kid going to the skating ring, and I was the only black guy in there, and I felt, wow, but my teammates was there, and they were white, So I tend to think it goes back to how you raise,
Can I ask you
geography of where you're
something?
from. Sure.
Do you think if something had went down, do you think your teammates would have upheld you, opposed to going along with their friend Alan? Would they have upheld the situation for Papa Doc, or would they have withheld it for Alan or John?
So in my younger years, I probably was, as I gotten older, I think of that more than I did when I was younger. I think they would have stood up for me more as I was younger than it has been since I've been older, because I've learned to look at them a little bit differently, especially what's going on in the world today of, how they want to react around us. Trump being president, they thought they had a bulletproof vest on and they could jump out here and just call us all kinds of names, and, they could get away with any kind of crime. That's how I feel today versus when I was younger. I didn't feel like that.
Well, thank you so much, Papa Doc. That was a mouthful. Rich Advice had his hand up, Summer, and then I'm gonna come to you. Come on, Rich Advice.
I don't know, my hands up. Could I get in there somehow?
I just want to say, Andrine, you're right on point. And this picture with them chocolate thighs. Boy, I'm salivating over here, but it's a preference to stay with your own and stuff. And that's what you choose to do. So you try to find the best of the best within our preference.
I knew Andrine was gonna
Yeah.
stick her hair around that corner when he said that about them chocolate thighs. I knew she was coming back on. He said he's salivating over those chocolate thighs. Now you better watch out. Where we at? Where we at? You better watch out.
You're gonna make me do better.
Chocolate thighs.
You're about to make me do better.
All right, she gonna make you do better. All right now.
Could you let me know? I don't know my hand finger.
Leanne must be watching football.
Yeah, the New York is playing the Dallas.
Dallas Cowboys. Well, I hope Dallas Cowboys get beat. But anywho, Summer, your hand is up. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm over here laughing. Y'all are too funny. I just So, just like Papa Doc said, I think, your background has a lot to do with how you perceive things and how you were raised. I, for one, come from a military background. I saw a lot of interracial relationships. So for me, to be with another race was not a big thing. I mean, if it wasn't like, okay, I just have to be with a black man and that's it. But on the other side, growing up, my grandmother instilled in me that our culture and how we've been raised and the things that Black people have been through in America, we have to, it was instilled to me that I have to let my people know how beautiful and how wonderful they are and their culture and where they came from, and to be always a soldier for them and to vouch for them and to like uplift them as much as I can. So to me, she always told me, the black man was just beat down so much through history. And, he's made to perceive in America like he's not, of rich blood, and he's just belittled and beneath. And so it is up to us to instill and uplift him and smile at him and let him know that we got his back. And so when I grew up, again, I don't, I could have been with a black, Asian, white, in the military, it's just everything. It's a plethora of different religions and backgrounds. But I've always, a black,
Jerome. Girl, I got you.
the black man stood out to me because it was something about, I guess I was brought up to made him look at, to look at him in a different light. Like he
That's your
was
king. That's
the
your
king, and he was, and he needs us because he's been beat down for so long and so much that he needs that reassurance. He needs for us to vouch for him and let him know that we are here and we stand by him.
I hear what you're saying, Summer. And that same Jerome, maybe you got you a good Jerome. I had me a good Tony. But
Can I
listen,
say something?
I'm gonna let you get some, Sandy. Hold one moment, hold your thought. But
Mm-hmm.
in this day and time, you can rub Jerome. I'm just using your husband's name. I'm not talking about him personally. You can rub his back, his feet, his head. You can do all those lovely things. You can rescue him from his day of sorrow. But if you got you a bad Jerome, you can do all of that. And Jerome can do the same. As he say, he's beat down during the day, then he'll swap out on you and beat you down. So I'm just saying, it just depends on the individual. Thus far, I have had some good Jeromes. Because if I had some bad Jeromes, I probably wouldn't be on this podcast tonight. Because Dr. Fabulous is not the one to take too much or nothing off of anyone. So with that being said, I'm gonna slide on over here to Sandy because Sandy been trying to give me something for the last 5 minutes, and she don't know how to put her hand up. But come on, Sandy, I'm ready for you, girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. It's the same script, different cast. Kanye said in one of his old rap songs, when he get on, he'll leave you ass for a white girl. And you get these women that just
Wait,
said
back
it
up.
with
Say what you just said
the
again, because
woman.
I didn't get it. I didn't
Okay,
hear you.
okay, I need you to
Tell
get
me what you
this.
say
I need
Kanye
you to
said.
get what I'm saying. Okay, so Kanye said this in one of his old rap songs when he first came out. When he get on meaning get famous or the riches and stuff like that. And after you gave him all that support, rubbed his feet and stuff like that, he leave your ass for a white girl. Come on,
Bing
baby,
bang
get down,
That's
bong.
get
You
down.
got
You
right.
it,
remember that?
Michael
You remember
Jordan.
when he said that? Remember when he said that song? And he
I
said,
hear
he
you.
also said, he said, the prettiest girls have the lowest self-esteem. Okay. So I'm gonna let it doesn't change. Same script, different cast. I don't care what year it is. It could be 1953, 2023, whatever it is. Same script, different cast. It's not about the color. It's about that man's character and who he is as a person.
I'm
You
gonna
can
give you
rub his feet and
$20 on
grab
that
his
one,
back.
Sandy.
Let me tell you something. There's this video. I don't know who it was, and she said, Black couple, you go out there and you give them white people, you shuck and jive and you dance and you give them your patience, but you come home and you unleash on me. You start yelling on me. He said, because I love you and I I could release on you. She said, I want you to shuck and jive for me. I want you to smile for me. Why I gotta be your punching bag? But we have to take accountability for our actions. We have to learn to heal ourselves. It's not that person that we choose to romantically connect with, or sexually connect with, their responsibilities. I wish we took more accountability to heal ourselves. It is not about the color. We have to get rid of that, because you do that, rub his feet, be his backbone, uh, uh, co-sign a car for his ass or whatever. But as soon
And
as
when
he
he
get
come up, he
on,
gonna leave you, Sandy. God almighty dang, he gonna leave you for
it's his
what is that? Good
character.
hair? That's that good hair
It's
song.
not even the good hair. It's not even the good hair. Let me say it's a character. You gotta look at that man's character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to serve it, because so many people, they lead with their representative. Once they understand what your need and your want and what you're looking for, they may morph into that individual for that space and time to get what they want from you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, and you got to,
And
when I say God has to be in the forefront, because if that man or woman ain't afraid of shit, you better
it's
be
all
careful.
over. I
It's
got
all
you,
over. I
Sandy.
don't care what their color is.
I hear what you're saying, and
Look at
I
Sandy.
agree with you
Sandy, look at Sandy.
100%.
Sandy,
I agree with you.
if I was fully recovered right now, I would be on my way to try to get to you right now, because you are talking that good shit right now tonight. You go, girl. You go.
Honey, I've been
You
working on me. I've been healing. You hear me? And I don't have
All
to
right, all
attach
right.
myself to nobody to do the healing that I'm going through right now.
Well, I'm proud of you, Sandy. Keep on healing. And when you find that man, I'm gonna sing at your wedding, because girl, you know I really can sing and all that good
Oh,
stuff.
he's gonna be
But
awesome, man. He is gonna be awesome. God
yeah,
sent.
I know it,
Hey,
because I already said that, because see, God had blessed me with a good one. But that next one coming, ooh, honey
Oh,
child. Ooh,
yes.
hey,
shankalaka,
and said, I got
hey.
your Uber, bro. I'm gonna send you that Uber, bro. Go on, I got
Wow.
I appreciate you in advance.
Drop the
Okay,
mic.
okay. See, we got some clowns in the house
Oh
tonight.
my
We got some
God.
clown. They clowning Lady T, but I have to jack slap them. You know what? Mr. Dix must be watching football too, like Leanne. You know, they watching football.
Cowboys ahead, Cowboys ahead.
Exactly. What now? I didn't hear you, Leanne.
14-9, Cowboys ahead. 14-9, Cowboys
Boo,
ahead.
I don't do
boo.
Cowboys, so it don't even matter to me.
I
How
know,
you
but you
doing
can't hate
tonight?
even if it's not your favorite team. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but you
Oh,
cannot
okay,
hate
great.
on them. That's
Yes,
American
I
team.
Long as you say you're not a fan, I'm
I'm a
all right
Steelers
with it.
girl, but I'm rooting for the Cowboys tonight. Okay?
Ah,
Boo,
okay, do what
I'm
you
a
do.
Steelers girl.
All right, well, go on. Renee, how you doing tonight? Renee,
I'm doing fine. How are you? How's
I'm
everyone?
doing I'm doing exceptional, because guess what? I'm able to be on here with you all tonight, and the weather is horrible outside. So that's how come I know God is good all the time.
All the
And
time.
so Renee, listen, I want to know, I'm gonna get a little deep with you. Tater tot, tit for tot, tomato. Now you got a Jaheim and then a Julio come along. And Jaheim, he just not treating you the way you should be treated. Do you give Julio a chance? and then go back and tell Jaheim how he need to act, or you just continue to ride that ride? Which one are you doing?
It depends how far I am with Jaheim. It
Okay.
depends on that. However, if
Julio.
Julio comes along and he's treated me like I'm special, and he's just treated me like, like a woman should be treated, then most definitely I would, I will see what Julio is about.
Okay, Renee, all right. Good. Hey, at least you're honest. I'm gonna take it all the way over to Dr. Feel Good. It's your time to shine. Come on, Dr. Feel Good, because I know you like a diamond in the rough.
What's going on, people? Great show, great show, great show. Now, here's what I want to talk about.
You see them chocolate thighs over there, Dr. Feel Good? They just got bigger. Then they went back.
I
Ooh,
bet
they
they tasty
big.
too, but
Y'all
that's
did
another
you see them
story.
big chocolate thighs?
What I want to talk about is the third question was my question, and we had up and down conversations over the last 3 years that we've had Tantalizing Talk. One of them was, how much money does a person have to make? My question to y'all is, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's not of your culture, and I put intersectional because you can both be Black, one could be Christian, one could be Muslim, one could be Christian, one could be Jew, one could be atheist, and one could be religious. That's all intersectional. How much finances are you willing to pass along, and how much is it going to take for that person to earn for you to be with them? Now, the question on the quiz, we had 18 responses, and 18 people answered. One person answered below $40,000. I don't know if it's a male or female, but $40,000. That means they want somebody broke. One person put between 40 and 59,000.
Would you send that information over to our Gmail so I can look at it? Because I didn't get a chance to see the statistics.
Hold on, give me a second, Doc. I'm gonna put it up in a second.
Does money have to matter?
What? That's Mr. Dix.
Yes, I'm with you, Mr. Dix.
I've been here all the time. I've just been listening.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna sample it. Hold on. Let me see if I can send it from my machine.
I make money, so I talked to somebody that I was at the counter at McDonald's. That don't matter to me. It's like Sandy said earlier. It's the character of the person.
Yeah, I didn't.
I make enough money that I could be with someone and we could be
because
comfortable.
I didn't even see them, so I don't know.
No, you wasn't going to see them, Doc, because you're the host.
Oh,
you're the host. I'll send it to you. Also, there was in the beginning, I had a QR code up so people can do it. I'm just going to quick go over it. 80,000 to 999,000. That 60 and 70,000. 60 to 80,000 what most people had. 7 of the 18. 5 people had 80 to 99,000, and 4 people had over 100,000. Now, we all know about all of that stuff. It's with all we were talking about is $100,000 a year. Only 20 people, not even 20% of people in the United States make $100,000. So that should be out of the question. Now, does a person of your own ethnicity have to make more than a person that's not of your ethnicity? That's a question that I have. Miss Cleveland, can you hear me? Or are you still watching the game? Leanne?
I can hear you. Why are you picking on me? But
because you're so purty.
I can hear you.
You got a purty mouth.
It's commercial on. What's the question?
Does a person we all know money makes the world go round. Papa Doc said, "Hey, she ain't got to make nothing, and I can get with her." Does the person of your same ethnicity or religion have to make the same as a person outside of that, or does that person have to make more, or can they make less?
No, it in my honest opinion, if you can take care of you and she can take care of her, and you come together, you can make it work.
So what's a decent amount for you to have somebody with you?
Don't ask me that.
Why not?
Ask me the question of, do you have? I can take care of myself.
Okay, and
if he can take care of himself, then we're good. So you want to know an amount? It depends on his lifestyle. I don't live above my means.
Okay, so
I don't know. That's a hard question for me.
You live in the 305 area, or 786 or 954.
305, yes. 786.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so y'all got to have a decent, to make, even live a halfway decent life. You got to make some bread.
Yes.
So does that same person have to make bread?
He has to have something. I'm not like Papa Doc. He has to have something. But what do you call bread? 100 G's?
No, because not every. I mean, that's very few people. That's less than 20% of the people. I'm talking. Probably the biggest answer between 60 and 80.
But if he makes 50, that's still fine if he can take care of himself.
See, I was getting ready to take you out that hoop, because you said, long as he can take care of himself, because you can take care of you.
That means y'all not gonna live together?
That doesn't mean that. No, because here's how I feel when people say 50-50. You can't really do 50-50, because if he makes more than me, we have to do it by percentage.
Okay.
So
why do you have to?
Hold on, Dr. Fam.
Oh, because
in a relationship, if we're married and we buy a house, and say the house costs $400,000-$500,000, how much mortgage is he paying? How much mortgage am I paying? We're gonna go by whatever our salary is and do it by a percentage. We're still paying the same thing.
See, now I'm not understanding that.
Because you're not a math person and I am. I'm a money girl.
No. I was just getting ready to say, Leanne, get out of that accounting world, because this is not accounting.
No.
So hold on.
So Leanne, I understand what you're saying.
But Renee, thank you. So
no, I understand what you're saying also. But and math is definitely not my thing. I'm ELA and all that good stuff. But nevertheless, what I'm saying is, when it comes down to a relationship and a marriage, you said marriage, and all marriages work different. All relationships
I ain't gonna live with nobody
different.
unless I'm married to him. So that's when he said, Dr. Feelgood said, you gonna live with him.
Okay, but I understand that.
Live with him, but I'm
And
not gonna ask that man to take over the brunt of everything.
No, never that. Because, and then let me not say never that, because every man is totally different. And your husband might be a different specimen, because mine was a different specimen. And that's the reason why so many people look at me so strange when I say what I say as from my husband. But I know that the next man I get with, or my husband to be, he may be totally different, because I never had to pay anything in my household when I was married, because he always said my money was surplus. I didn't have to work because I worked for him, his company.
Because you guys were married, and when you pull your money together, what's yours is his, and what's his is yours.
Right. See,
what's
now
yours
you
is
got
ours together. And that's where I'm going, because when you get married,
it's a difference.
Yes. I would never live with a person. I live with a man. I gotta be married.
Right.
I gotta
so
be married.
we on the same page.
I
Now
would
we
never
here.
just live with a man. I gotta be married.
Right. I'm gonna give you $20 on that one.
No,
Leanne,
I need 50, because little boy Peep ain't here, and I need 50. I need
okay, I'm gonna give you 50 then, baby girl.
Can I say this? Let me tell you something. Married to death do us part. I'm in. Oh, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Let me say something. Okay, let me say something. We lost sight of that. And if your husband or your wife got dementia, got Alzheimer's, got hit in an accident and became paralyzed, and or they are not able to wipe their ass, or they make
I'm gonna wipe it for
accidents
him. I'm gonna wipe it for him.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. That's what the whole marriage process is. That I'm going to be with this man or woman to death to us part. Okay, so no matter where they go, no matter their income level, no matter their health level, you are committed to that individual. Okay,
Right,
so we
Sandy.
are
So that's
talking
what I'm
about a lot
saying.
of
If he can take
superficial.
care of him, I can take care of me. But say if he's paralyzed, his need is going to be taken care of regardless. He's not gonna put added expenses on me because he has a job. He's going to be on disability. He's gonna have insurance. They're gonna have that care. Is not putting an added expense on me.
Okay.
But when you marry someone, you're supposed to, for sickness and in health, if something happens, that's beyond his control and my control. I'm not gonna just not take care of him, but he's not gonna be that expense on me because that medical or whatever is going to take care of that.
You could say that because they have insurance, but let me tell you something. Insurance claims get denied every goddamn day. And for whatever reason, he's like, I don't understand.
Not with the type of person I am. His insurance won't get denied.
Well, all right. Back to the
No,
income.
no. Rich Advice, your hand was up, but Dick's hand was up before yours. So come on, Mr. Dix. Mr. Dix, don't put me out there like that, and I done called on you.
It's a commercial, Mr. Dix. It's a commercial on still.
It's all good. I don't got nothing to say. Y'all go ahead.
Yes, you do. He in his feelings, y'all. Lord have mercy,
Not at
Mr.
all.
Dix.
Not at all.
Come on and
Go
tell
ahead.
us what.
I'm good.
Come on and tell us what you had to say.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Oh, he needs somebody to
Well,
rub the back of
okay.
his
Well,
head and massage his feet.
anyway, back
Okay,
to the income question. Since
come
time is
on.
winding down, you have to look at more than just the amount of income, because a low income earner could have hit it big in the stock market when they first started working and dumped a lot of money, and they have passive income where their employment might only be 50,000. You know, they might have a high level of passive income. The person
Now
making over
you just lost
100,000,
me all around. What are you
if
talking
they
about, Rich Advice?
And they can be in deep debt too.
yeah, the person making over 100,000, if they spend everything they got, they worse off than the lower income wager because of that. So you just can't look at, what's your salary? How have they handled money? How do they plan on handling money? It goes to character of economics.
Okay, thank you so much, Rich Advice. I don't know, Dr. Feelgood. Anson has his hand up. Summer has her hand up. Can you hear me,
Yes,
Dr.
go
Feelgood?
go on, Anson, then Summer, and then I'm gonna sing my song and pass it back to Dr. Fab.
Okay.
All right, so I didn't answer the question. So that one that's under whatever that might be mine by default. The reason why I didn't answer the question is because how it was phrased. How much was someone must have? When you say must, that's definitive. So that means you're going into it already with expectations. And that's the best way to kill a relationship. When you want to sit up here and things don't go your way, you want to pitch a fit and act childish. So I didn't answer that question because I didn't want to participate in it because of the way it was phrased. There is no must because must is definitive. And if you're in a relationship, there's ups and downs. Things don't always go the way you want them to go. So that question to me was null and void.
Okay, Summer, your hand is up. Go ahead.
I'm just going to end this by saying that there are so many layers to this onion. I have seen women who are tired of struggling and went on sugardaddy.com to get a man to help out with these bills. I have seen a woman who is desperate, not desperate, I shouldn't say desperately, but just loves her husband and he fell on hard times and she was holding it down and they didn't think twice about it. I have seen like from the ups and the downs of relationships. It again, it all goes down to character. Um, None of this stuff you're gonna take with you in the grave at the end of the day. So for me, I guess it's about the struggle. It's about going through it with, the younger version of me. Yes, we both trying to make it. We're going to take what we can get. We're going to struggle together till we get there. The older version of me now is okay. I'm looking for somebody who I've worked hard all my life. I'm looking for somebody in that same boat. Doesn't matter how much you have. Again, you can't take it with you, but I'm at the age now where I like to travel, I like to do things, and I'm hoping that the person that I'm talking to or seeing would be able to buy his plane ticket, would be able to do things and go places with
You're
me
agreeing with me, right? You're agreeing
and
with
and match that, right, and kind of match that. As you get older, your tolerance level changes, and things that you accept that you once would accept, now you're not accepting anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So as you get older, your nerves, get a little, they get a little rattled, and you should be at a certain point, you feel your partner should be able to kind of hold things down for themselves and be accountable and be able to go to the dentist if you need that tooth pulled. You
Okay,
understand what I'm
can I
saying?
ask you a question? I want to ask you a question.
Mhm.
So say now my mom's in this she's remarried and she has I mean he can afford to travel, honey. He can afford to travel all over the world if he wanted to. He could go to the dentist if he wants to, but he don't want to. He don't like to fly. Okay? He don't like to fly. But he has the money to do so, but he don't want to. But he's still a good man. My mom loves to travel. So she has a man that he don't travel. If they have to go anywhere, either they're driving or they got to take the train. Cause what? Cause he don't like to travel. He don't like to fly. He can't fly nowhere. So although you may like to travel and that's good, and you may meet a man that has the funds to do so, but that's not his wants. At some point, when you incorporate your life to another spouse, they have their wants as well. You got to compromise he and and accommodate his wants. And his wants is probably not to travel because he don't like to travel. He like to be at home watching his game, sipping on his beer, and that's what he do. He a good man. He love you, but he
That's
don't
an
like
easy
travel.
fix. That's an easy fix, though. That's an easy fix. So I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna have the home time and we're gonna make it work. But then I'm gonna call my girls up and we're gonna schedule our cruise that we get ready to take, and we gonna get it in together because at the end of the day, you can't
Mm-hmm.
take the money with you. The material stuff means nothing. At the end of the
Exactly.
day, you come in the world naked and you're gonna leave at the end of the day naked. That's just the way it is. But it's
All
up
Mm-hmm.
to
right. Well,
you.
thank you, Sandy and Summer. These S's for these women tonight has been going long, hard, and strong. But the clock on the wall is saying that we're twiddling down in time. And I want to say everyone thoughts, what they talked, they said about our topic. We had some valid points this evening, and everybody did not get a chance to be heard. I have to apologize to Mr. Dix for over talking him. I got to apologize to Rich Advice. I need to really slap Rich Advice, but if I overtalked you, my apologies, because my cousin Anson has taught me better. He has gotten on me about that. So my apologies if I did that to any of you all this evening, but I want to thank you so much for coming on. And Lady T, if you'll say, I got it in order. Lady T, Action J, social media, and DFG quickly because it is 10 o'clock straight up and down. Lady T?
Thank you all for coming on, and don't forget to like, share on YouTube, Facebook, and I believe is it Instagram too?
Instagram too.
Instagram too. And please be safe.
Thank you so much. All right, Action J.
Great show tonight, guys. Takeaway lesson from tonight's show should be like you're dating for marriage and to find love, not based off colors.
All right, thank you. Social media diva.
Yes, thank you all for coming on and sharing your perspectives. Don't forget about our email if you have any more questions or concerns. And I will see everyone same time, same place next week.
DFG.
Yes, it's over. Call it a day. Sorry that it had to end this way. No
Y'all know he's
reason
been
to
practicing this
pretend.
all week, y'all. He's been practicing this
Thank y'all for
all
coming on.
week.
And we're gonna make it come back next week. You'll get some more. That's all I got, Doc.
All right. And once again, thank you all so much for coming. And until next week, you all, you can send any comments, thoughts to upscaleloveforyou@gmail.com. And smooches and good night. Mwah.
Got me eating chocolate